Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all back to my bench, and this is going to be a little bit of an interesting comparison, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you haven't already, subscribe. If you want to see more stuff kind of like this, you want to see rigging techniques, tackle reviews, subscribe. I do things a little bit differently here. I'm loyal to no brand. I call it like I see it, and hopefully you guys can actually learn quite a bit through watching what I have on my channel. So, okay, with that being said, this is going to be the comparison between the Favorite Fishing brand and their White Bird. It comes in the box that says Select Tackle, even though it's Favorite Fishing's website that I bought it from, so I don't know what the differences are between the brands. I ordered the 6-stick combo. I think it's Peric, the YouTuber that was saying that they were working on a $150, best value combo kind of deal. So I figured I'd order it and try it. Once I got it in, it looked familiar, and now I want to see if and how it compares to some of the other Chinesium OEM, buy 150 reels and slap your name brand on it, check a couple boxes, and we'll ship it to your freight. Reels on the market compared to this, so, and vice versa. So I also ordered the KastKing. So I'm not going to go ahead and order direct from Alibaba or AliExpress or DHgate any of the Blue Sea or Sea Night or Trillinoya reels, because right here in the United States you can go on Amazon.com and buy the KastKing version. To be quite honest, I forget which KastKing I ordered. I think it was like the $35 one. I think the difference externally is just the color, and it doesn't have the line clip. So, going by the numbers on the boxes before I even open up this package, hey, I guess this is an unboxing video. Hey, how about that? The Select, or the Favorite brand fishing tackle one, is a 5+1 ball bearing. Everywhere I looked, not a single one of these Chinese OEMer companies had a 5-ball bearing plus roller clutch baitcaster. So everything was like 11, 9, 14, and not thinking about the ball bearing handle knobs. I don't know why or what the differences are. So we're going to open up and find out. Where are the ball bearings? Where are they not? So yeah, I hope you enjoy this, and hold on to your butts. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Alright, and before we get into the screwdrivers and wrenches and gears and bearings and all that kind of fun jazz, just watch this next part, because that's really what it's all about. That's what it all comes down to. Fishing is a sport. Fishing is fun. The toys that come along with it are just as fun. And if you can't have fun, and if you can't make fun of yourself in doing anything involving this sport, what else are you in it for? Alright, enjoy. Oh, we're learning together. My hands are getting numb. Oh, we are learning together. Teamwork, that's what it takes. Teamwork, that's what it takes. Oh, look at this. Is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? Now, if this was an SV spool, we wouldn't have that problem. Bullshit. That's probably the worst backlash I've ever had in about the last 5 years. Oh. That was pretty funny. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you let go of the spool at the beginning of your forward stroke or forward motion, casting motion. When your hands are kind of cold because the wind kicked up to about 10 to 15, 10. And it's raining. And the temperature dropped about 15 degrees and the water is about 40. How many more excuses can I make for that? Gotta love the early spring. Or late winter. When does spring start? Alright, so I'm going to clear this off for now, and I'm going to open up this box here. So you know I haven't opened it. I forget which KastKing reel this is. I just put some duct tape over the front of it. I hope this is the reel. It'd be funny if it's something else. Alright, KastKing. I'm feeling like royalty up in here. Another reel in a plastic bag. 2 for 2. I'm digging this. Alrighty. Alright. I'm bringing this up because it just caught my eye. Different boxes. This one's telling me where it's made. This one, there's not much on it. It's got a price. It's got the model number. Alright. Okay, we're going to open up this box, and we're just going to compare some of the packaging, since we're going to be thorough. If I was an X-Men, my mutant ability would be not to be able to put things back in boxes properly, so don't yell at me for not having that put together. Alright, so similar, one fold, and I'm guessing, yeah, okay, similar. Alright, this is a black and red. Feels, I don't know, is it the same size? Okay. Alright, so there's nothing else in the box. You guys had a better view than I did there. And I might want to get a marker to see if I can keep some of these parts separate. So this is a Select Tackle schematic. This is the KastKing schematic. The KastKing Royal Legend. Okay. Right off the bat, I can tell you that the schematics are a little different. There's looking like 83 parts versus 78. So if you're keeping score, that's 83 for the $40 reel and 78 Lego parts for the $80 reel. But I'm looking and looking and looking and trying to just do a quick overview while I'm not wasting much of you guys' time while I'm reading this. Very similar. Alright, so let's get this party started. This is the Favorite branded one, right here. 222 grams with line. 216 grams without line. Hey, I'm going to call that a tie. If you look here, you can see some of the product information. 7.7 ounces on the button. This is for the KastKing. It's got a 17.5 pound drag that will surely stop the hearts of all the girls waiting for you at the dock. Yeah, it's alright. So, okay, so now we know they're the exact same body type. Let's go ahead and crack her on open. We're going to see what kind of parts match. Now, since I'm a complete and utter idiot, I ordered a lefty, so we'll see if that's going to be a limiting factor. So I wanted to see if I could play some musical parts with this thing. Alrighty. And it's a 10mm handle retaining nut. Wow, they don't want you inside these. Okay, it's reverse threaded. This is a lefty. Good start already. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitresses. Alright, we have the little wing up at the top of the drag star. Little plastic sleeve in there. No complaints really on that. Just a protective layer. And this is your, or what makes up or compresses your drag stack. You have just a simple washer at the top, a washer at the bottom, your Belvilles, and your clicker plate. Very much standard. And just like the other guy here, standard little in and out, play on the handle shaft. And then we'll get I can definitely say I like this spool tensioner better than the $80 reel, the white one. I wonder if that's actually a bigger O-ring. There was more resistance on this cap, and when I was using this reel yesterday, I found that the casting control cap was actually kind of backing off, which really, I'll tell you what, with how speedy the brake is on this thing, was actually kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, I was fishing this reel at pretty much max all day. That's how light the braking is. And I would actually have to use the spool tension adjustment knob to add friction to the spool shaft to slow it down. And I never do that. Every single reel I own, it's set to actually have play side by side. Not an eighth of an inch like that, but there's going to be play side to side on my reels. That's the first reel I've owned in many years that I actually had to use a spool tension knob, especially considering how high I had the brake settings up to. I mean, I had the at 6 and 7, it was a little tricky. It was a fast reel. The casting distance itself is it's a free spinning spool. That's exactly what it is. All right, so since we learned in the other video I did that this is considered pull, so we're going to pull and turn. Centrifugal and mags. How about that? $40 reel, centrifugal brakes and mags. I'll be honest, that honestly would have been helpful for this reel. It really would have. And again, I'm not a guy that likes using a ton of braking. And I've used Abu Garcias that have that same style, just a standard array of mags that kind of move in and out and rotate with the gravitational pull of the earth to slow down the spool. I'll stop. Hey, somebody loves me. I could swear I put my phone on vibrate. Sorry, honey bunny. I love you. Alright, so we have those screws removed, and there's still one more left. And since it's plastic into plastic, we have to be careful we don't strip out anything, and we all know this is high-grade plastic. At least they use the right kind of screws. Is there any crossbar that we're not seeing? Do they not want you in this thing? I'll take off this here for the chin, but usually you don't have to. I'll bet you a buffalo nickel it doesn't make a difference. Screw gone, screw gone, screw gone, screw gone. There's a screw there, but you need to be inside. Nothing hidden there. Oh. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. Alright, I actually had to lightly pry it a little bit. Got it started. No. There we go. Hey, there's something missing. There's no anti-reverse in this. I'm just kidding. Alright, so That's the handle side plate. Bearing, anti-reverse clutch, drag stack from the gods. Is that really just free floating? Does that actually center itself there? Not exactly. It's cheap carbon fiber. It's like cloth. Okay. Well, there you have it. She's about as basic as they come. Go over a quick couple things. Dual thumb bar tension springs. That way when you engage, it kind of gives you a little bit more support. It's less likely to go back over. But they're kind of low tension springs, nothing crazy. And the reel blew its nose on me. Thank you, KastKing, for that. Little baby pinion. Tiny. And you can see when they cut this gear, you can see how the milling of it comes all the way up to where it actually grabs the spool shaft. Never want to see it go that high. But again, $40 to your door reel. And just because it's a KastKing doesn't mean it's, leaps and bounds different in design than a Shimano and Daiwa, a Fluger, or insert your brand here. So if you've seen the inside of a baitcaster, this is going to look very similar. Alright, so now let's crack open the white dove. Sorry, bird. I like doves. This reel is twice as expensive. And guys, keep in mind also, the KastKing reel was available in 2015. I don't know when this Select Fishing Favorite branded white bird reel came out, but I think it's new. I don't know, maybe it was out in 15. Alright, boom. Same exact drag star, just a different color, and it has holes in it. So, who's who from this angle? The only way you can tell is the red and the holes. So, whoever designed this reel checked the box to have holes and no color. Whoever designed the red and black designed. When I say designed, I mean actually gone into an order screen and checked out features that they wanted in the reel. So this had red bands, no holes. Alright, so looking here, we have an absolutely identical compression stack. So let me get that out of the way a little bit. Click plate. Now I'm noticing something a little bit different. Let me get my calipers. Oh, no, never mind. Don't even have to bother. I thought that the washer, this one I noticed was kind of rounded off more. All good. There's an extra shim here. I don't know where that went. I wasn't paying attention. Alright, so I'm going to go remove this. I put a little bit of time on this reel, put about 8 hours on it yesterday. So it was the only reel I used except for the last 5 minutes of the day. If I were to buy this if I were to spend $80 on a reel, I wouldn't buy this one. If I were to buy this for a young kid, I would not even I couldn't recommend this for a young kid. It's essentially a entry-level priced reel. It's very fast. You have to know how to thumb a spool. You also have to crank up that spool tension knob. All right, so out of curiosity, this is from the KastKing. This is the white bird. We're going to make this into a king bird. Can we do it? No, because I'm an idiot. I ordered the left-hand reel. Ah! The struggle is real. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I'll bet you $100 that it would fit. I guarantee it. Oh, man. See, it works just fine. Oh, God. I hate myself. You know, we're gonna return that red one if I can. And I'm also gonna let KastKing know that I took it apart. I'm not gonna kind of screw him like that. Like, yeah, I took the reel apart, did a comparison. I ordered the wrong freaking one. I'm an idiot. Could you take it back? Screws in the same places. And this came off a little bit easier, and it's identical in every way, shape, and form. There's not a single thing that's different. Oh, sorry. Let me take the drag stack from the gods off. Here's your anti-reverse, sleeve, drag stack, bearing. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Now, keep in mind, the KastKing is a 7.3:1 gear ratio, and the white dove, I don't know, there's a dove on my bird feeder. Oh, man. Okay. That's why, when I was using this yesterday, and I made the comment, you can see there's water in there. There was actual droplets of water in there. That's why I was kind of getting tight yesterday, so water was getting in here. This was a used reel, and you can see there's some moisture inside the reel by the pinion. You can see it a little bit. It started getting a little tighter as the day went on, and even the casting control kind of. I noticed I turned the braking down, and I didn't notice at the time that the spool tension adjuster knob kind of loosens up on its own after a while. I was throwing, Colorado bladed spinnerbaits. Maybe it was a vibration that it started working its way out. And I thought I had the braking set to max, and I looked at it and it was at 6. That was really fast earlier on in the day. Like, I'm talking, you had to know what you were doing. You're using that setting for up close quarters pitching when you don't watch much braking at all. But at the end of the day, I was using it at 6 with no spool tensioning at all. And it was casting almost thumb free every single cast. So something changed inside the bearings of the spool to cause it to slow down, or water was getting into the pinion where the spool shaft traverses the pinion, because this runs through it. Any water inside of there, you think of water, you don't think of it necessarily as a lubricant, but when you have water, yeah. There's water on there. That was wet. And there was some grease there and some metal shavings or whatever. Not shavings, but there was some water here. It does actually slow it down. I mean, the spool runs on pretty good bearings. I mean, I don't know the quality of them, but they're smooth. They're not horrible bearings. But the drag, when I was pulling this drag, this is the kind of material that you see on the underneath the drag washer on an Abu Garcia Revo. I don't mind it in use on. it kind of gives that stickiness at start. If you have carbon up and down throughout the entire drag stack, you set it to 4 pounds. 4 pounds is pretty much what you get. When you use these kind of compressible, I call them Tyvek. I don't know what the actual material is called, but when you use these kind of fiber washers, there's a little bit of stick in the beginning. I kind of like that when I'm fishing braid, and I'm not fishing super light. So it's been a long time since I fished a drag 100% made out of this, and when I pulled on the drag, I'm like, ugh, like gross. Like, it did not feel good at all. So there's a huge difference between the drags on these two reels. This one will probably last longer without deteriorating. This one will be smoother, but it ain't gonna last forever because this is some real cheesy carbon fiber washers. You know, you can kind of see that they're fuzzy already. But yeah, these are the same reel. There's no, actually the $40 KastKing is a better reel of the two. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the white bird. The $40 KastKing is a more feature-rich reel. You have your magnetic brakes. It even has 2 more magnets in the side plate to give you more magnetic resistance, and there's also centrifugal brakes. So you have centrifugal and magnetic that you can back off. Every single thing else is the same. I cannot tell anybody on the planet to buy this reel for $80. It's the same exact reel. It is same parts. What I wanted to do is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to see if I can exchange this for a righty. I can take every single part out of this reel and put them in this reel, and they'll work. Think about that. This isn't, this one here, I mean, well, hold on a second. If you really need a line clip on the front of your reel, and that's worth the $40 to you, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. That's a feature you won't find on many reels at that price point. So, yeah, this is not a OEM Chinese reel purchased from Alibaba, AliExpress. This is everywhere. KastKing Poseidon has become a brand that has some recognition and a following now. You can buy this reel. I ordered it yesterday, or whenever I got this reel in the mail, I looked on the interwebs for about an hour, and then I ordered this. And then I ran out the door to a party. So that's probably why I ordered the lefty, because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, they're the same freaking reel. There's no difference. Same parts, same everything, just lefty. And the other thing is, I couldn't get these knobs off. I used a penny, and I couldn't turn them without damaging the sides. And these, I'll take their word that there's 6-ball bearings in here. Why there's 6-ball bearings, I don't know. 6-ball bearings, and it still wiggles. There's a solid, a slight less than a 16th of a millimeter. And I watched the guy from this brand, the White Bird, talk about the knobs, and he made a special, almost like he emphasized it. You can see our logo on the knobs. After 400 casts, 1 day of fishing, no. And I can definitely tell you that these are very uncomfortable knobs. I don't mind EVA knobs, but when I grip them with the size of my hand, it's me preference, the joint here bore all the brunt. It really did. So I don't like the handle knobs on this reel. But this has 6-ball bearings. 6-ball. You can tell your friends you got a handle with 6-ball bearings. Forget telling your friends. Next time you go to the bar, the first girl you meet, be like, "Want to see my reel? It's got 6-ball bearings in them knobs." $49.95. Sorry, $39.95. Free shipping. It was 2-day or 1-day shipping. And this is Sunday, so it was Sunday delivery for $40 in 2 days, 1 day. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else we can cover? Look, same exact. You know what? This is a little tad different. Tad. I don't know if it's because of the lefty. The side plate has a little bit of contour difference. Okay. Noted. I don't know why or what's the cause behind it, to be quite honest with you. Could be just the side plate that they give you when you have the dual braking option. But yeah, wow, it was kind of what I expected. I ain't gonna lie, I expected exactly this. I don't know what the difference in side plates mean, because you guys have, if you've gotten this far, you've been listening to an idiot that ordered a lefty because he's an idiot. But aside from that, you tell me, what do you see different? I mean, anything outside of, or I should say, anything above the frame, the handle side plate, I should say, is meaningless. Whether it has 2 Bellevilles or going to have 20 Bellevilles, they have no bearing on the performance of the reel at all. Anything, no. Everything in this reel is identical. Tell me in the comments, if you had the choice between buying the $80 Select White Bird versus the $40 KastKing, which one are you buying and why? Let me know. If this is a reel that you want, if you have an $80 price range to spend on your reel, I would like you to give me a legitimate reason as to why you would spend $80 on this and not buy 2 of these. I would like to hear that reasoning. Is it because this brand has a better track record? As far as I'm concerned, Favorite Fishing is a 2016 United States brand. KastKing, I've seen them around for a while. I never paid them much mind. How would you justify that? I'm curious. The reel itself, it's not very good. I have fished reels in the $80 range that fish better than this. The $40 budget reel is a reel you give to a child who's getting into the sport, somebody who wants to learn bait casting, who's never used a bait caster before. That's generally who's going to be in this market. Guys with their bass boats and stuff like that, no, they're not going to buy this reel. Generally speaking, sorry if I'm generalizing, but if you're going to buy an $80 reel, why would you not buy a Daiwa with the MagForce V? Now you're getting MagForce Z in $100 reels from Daiwa. The reason why I say that, and I don't mention Shimano, is if you're a beginner, you want to be able to adjust that spool as quickly and easily as possible. Your thumb doesn't know what to do yet. You need help slowing down that spool. The Daiwa reel you can build on. You can thumb the spool. You can turn the brakes all the way up. You can use a spool tensioner, which you can do with these here. But once you start adding that spool tension friction to the reel by tightening down the knob here, you're starting now to have to change your release point, change your trajectory of the release. You can't throw lighter baits. You're really limiting yourself if you start tightening this down to help control your casts. That's why having the non-friction brakes in the side plate is more beneficial. And I have no idea why. It's an $80 reel. That's $80 is now getting into the area where you can expect performance out of a reel. I mean, back into the early 2000s, $100 got you a Stratic and a Corrado. Maybe, yeah, around there, right? So you had options. Things have changed, times have changed, blah blah blah. But $80 is starting to creep up into the territory. You can buy a Bass Pro Shops reel. You can buy a mid-entry level Daiwa and Shimano. This reel has no No, none, zero, zip, zilch. It has no reason being in that space. And again, let me bring in the $40 reel that's better than it. It has more features. It has everything about this reel is the same, except it has 6 ball bearings in the handle knobs. And you know what? I don't even care about that. Get rid of that. Forget it. There's bushings in it. It's not even ball bearings. This reel side plate of the $40 reel is more expensive than this side plate in this because there's more freaking magnets. There's more parts in here. You kind of seeing what I'm getting at? So, I don't like seeing that. And for these Googan Squad guys, that, you know what? I've actually started watching some of their stuff, and it's good. They are good. The youngest one, the guy that I saw doing the video editing, he's a smart kid. You know, and they all have great attitudes. I really like that. They're doing whatever they can to keep people fishing. They're doing meetups. They're doing all this kind of awesome stuff to keep and get kids involved in the sport, get them interested. But now they're going and getting, you know, outside, what's the word? I don't want to say sponsors. They're now because they're getting big, their influence is growing. They have influence. They're not just doing, you know, unboxing on swim baits and saying, this is what I got from Tackle Warehouse. They're telling people that they're developing rods and reels. Now, the guy from Lunker, I think it's Lunker TV or Lunker Bass, and I haven't touched the Defender stuff yet. I don't know anything. I have the spinning reel, the $59 one. That's it. So I can't even mention that at all. But I see these guys walking around the Favorite Fishing warehouse. So they're now kind of in the group. They're in the family, which I don't know these guys from Favorite Fishing. It's a brand that I only saw mentioned as being from the Ukraine. Now they're in the United States. They're working on distribution, obviously. You can buy these at wholesale. You can, you know, so retailers may start selling them. But my point is, at $80 retail for this Whitebird reel, kids are now going to be seeing it and asking their parents. And they're just not even going to know the difference between the one that's 50% off. And it's the same thing. And I know this kind of same thing, but different price is all over. It hasn't necessarily been such in the fishing tackle industry. And it's always buyer beware. But now it's kids. The demographic of these Googan Squad kids are the middle school, younger, that really want to get into YouTube and really want to, you know, whether they really want to get into fishing or not, I don't know. But then you have the middle schoolers and the high school kids. That's who they're attracting. So they'll buy this reel or tell their parents to buy this reel just because of Googan Squad and Peric and, you know, whoever might be on their channel, kind of promoting it. So that's my point. As far as the rod's concerned, I'm going to fish the rod a little bit more. The rod, not all that bad. I got to say, it's a 7.2 medium heavy. It's not a fast action compared to any fast action rod I've ever owned. The sensitivity is very good for a $129 rod. If I had a St. Croix Mojo from a couple years ago, the previous generation, I would take the Favorite rod over the St. Croix Mojo. Plain and simple. I would take the St. Croix. I would take the Favorite rod over those yellow Skeet Reese rods. Would I take it over a slightly more expensive Crucial? No. Would I take it over a Daiwa in the $120 or $100 range at Tatula? No. The Daiwa rods in that price range are very good. So the Shimano rods. St. Croix's kind of stepped their game up with the Mojo, so now it's kind of getting neck and neck. But as far as if you like that flavor of rod, if you like the blacked out looks of that 6-stick, hey, buy that rod. Go right ahead. I have no problems with that stick at all. The reel, though, looking at every reel in this company's catalog, junk. Twice the price, 3 times the price of KastKing. I'm sorry, but you can't be considered an intelligent human being if you buy this brand of reel from this company. You either that or you just don't know about what else is out there. So, all right, hope I didn't offend you, but yeah, this was interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and reach out to KastKing on Amazon, see if I can return it to him, because I want to see what the other version of this reel on the righty looks like. So, with all that being said, if you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. If you see something that I did wrong, let me know. Please don't take this and don't spread the rumors that I'm starting with anybody on judging the tackle. I did bring up the fact that now they're in kind of the marketing with their influence kind of deal. They can decide to do what they want to do with that. It's not me to pass judgment, although, yeah, I kind of did. But whatever. Hey, I'm entitled to an opinion. And the gentleman with the Defender rods, he's an ex-Marine. He's a Marine for life. He's done more for this country than I ever have. I can never take that away from him. Tremendous respect for that. Tremendous respect. So thank you. But the reels are shit. All right. Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed that.